clothes, madman. Understand? Good.
Good.
All Faces ENT Records.
Mad.
No,
Yeah, what's there?
don't. Meet out now, joke, me killers a rock psycho, bunny for your clothes. I'm Mary full up your wardrobe, but no $50,000 when my want smoke. Dubplate price higher than coke, run flat pine road, start car with button pull gate with code. She a tip on two, one fuck to a rat bat song I never sold. The place dark when I grow up, but pendant shine, watch diamonds glow. Too much rifle for afraid of foe. Too much lyrics for can't find flow. DJ, some boy made slow, but chop on no credit, pam bang a phone. When you see bad man a roll, still a rent car, still in a your grandmother house.
Clean clothes, bad man. Clock chips so we roll. Kingston a where me born. Brooklyn a where me grow. The place dark where me from. Badness a where we know. Choppy line daily every day, man I get it though. Diamonds them a glow. Big Benz touchy road. High grade man a smoke. Mary pan the tea, Christian Dior. You know the code. The rifle them enough. We no afraid of the phone. They should know.
The place dark when I grow up, but pendant shine, watch diamonds glow. Too much rifle for afraid of foe. Too much lyrics for can't find flow. Some boy made slow, but chop on no credit, pam bang a phone. When you see bad man a roll, still a rent car, still in your grandmother.
Pull up in the G63, clock 4-3, tuck under the white tee. Pocket full of green, all faces are grease. Sport button get pressed by turbo screen right now.
Dubplate price higher than coke, run flat pine road, start car with button pull gate with code. Shirt tip on two, one to the rat bat song I never sold. The place dark when I grow up, but pendant shine, watch diamonds glow. Too much rifle for afraid of foe. Too much lyrics for can't find flow. Some boy made slow, but chop on no credit, pam bang a phone. When you see bad man a roll, still a rent car, still in your grandmother house.
Mad, laugh off of them. And they should know. One fats, one dog boss. Yeah, you see me say. Mad. Yeah, shines. All faces we say. Yeah.
Yo, we're here. Anil, Sherwin. What do you want to start? How do we want to start this first? First of all, let's introduce ourselves. Go ahead, Anil Batra. We start from left to right. Go ahead, Anil. Introduce yourself. Tell us what you do.
I'm quite international with this. I've been
Hold on. Okay. Let's start the show from the beginning again. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Shakes is Live. I'm here with the crew, and we're going to introduce ourselves from left to right. First, start with Mr. Anil Batra, the original owner of BostonReggae.com.
Yeah, thank you for the introduction, sir. Me and Bobby have been doing this for more than 30 years, covering reggae dancehall in its purest element. Many people have gone to Three C's or remember that venue, and that was like Mecca for those in the community. Um, I met Beenie Man in Lansdowne Street, and went to Sunfest in '99, and then from that year it was solidified that this was the future, and this was my answer in life. Most recently, come back from India, covering the Goa Sunsplash.
Wow, this guy's so you're really international with this.
Yeah. Nothing bigger, honestly, than Freedom Street and being able to see Vybz Kartel live. That was historical.
So, Anil, was that your introduction or your bio?
I mean, people didn't even know who they fucking with. So, you know, I'm coming correct. It ain't no flash in the pan, you know, stay stuck in Boston thing.
All right. All right, Sherwin, you're up.
What's up? I'm Sherwin. I am the manager at Unity Sports and Cultural Club Association, and just a local. First and foremost, born and raised in Mattapan.
Wow, they're getting shorter as we go along. Ted, you're up next. How are you, my friend?
I'm all right. I'll make it a little longer to balance it out.
Yeah, you gotta make it long. You gotta make it long.
I am Ted, aka Dr. TKO, the president of Dr. TKO Entertainment here in Rhode Island. I was introduced to reggae music by my dad. So I was brought up with reggae music. My dad's a professional surfer, and he kind of spearheaded. If you did like a family tree of reggae in Rhode Island, he'd probably be at the top of it. All the skaters and everyone else that was into reggae all came from my dad. Yeah, so like, I have a crazy picture. One day I'll have to bring it up and show y'all. My dad, you know, Bob Marley's third to last concert was Providence, Rhode Island. My dad couldn't afford tickets, but he said he heard that Bob Marley wanted a skateboard. So I got a picture of Bob Marley opening a skateboard for my dad's shop. It's a one-of-a-kind picture. Because my dad said, "Oh, I'll give him a free skateboard. I just want to picture him opening it." So I have Stephen Marley offered me money for it and everything. It's like a one of a kind. But that's how far back my family goes with reggae. I hung with a Mikey friend when I was 12 years old. Being Cuddy Rank, Sugar Minot, you name it. Now I'm just I have a regular job, but my passion is dancehall music, 100%. And I'm lucky to be involved, and I'm lucky to be a citizen of the great island of Jamaica.
Jesus Christ. I'm Bobby Shakes. All right, let's get into it. So, what are we going to talk about first? Now, Sherwin, do we talk about what happened over the weekend, or do we talk about the bullshit that's going on Facebook? What should we talk about first, gentlemen?
I think we should start over the week. Most of our patrons were at a couple of different events, including Richie Feelings on Saturday. Neek had her spring fling in Rhode Island Saturday. And I believe also Saturday we had what was that? Sorrow on Lime. It was a big soca event over at Sorrow on Saturday. A lot of out-of-town DJs and stuff.
Did you go anywhere, Sharon, or did you attend any events?
I was off this weekend, so I was there in spirit.
Nice.
Through social media.
How was it? What do you saw on social media? Yo, Pringle, what's up, baby? Thank you on the check. I see that you made it safe to your destination. Go ahead, Sharon.
I did see a lot of lives of Neek's party. She's been doing a really good job. A couple of different events. Venue looked pretty cool. I haven't been before, but it was pretty nice. And they look like good, 200 plus people there. You know what I mean? So her events have been doing very well as of late. So big up Neek.
Yeah, big up to Neeks. Yo, we've got Slayer in the building. We've got Pringle in the building. All right, Ted. You had a very, very busy weekend, Dr. TKO.
Yeah, man, my feet was hurting come Sunday morning.
So let me roll the tape here. Let's roll the tape here of what we got here. So while this is playing in the background, go ahead, Ted. Explain to us what we did before Island Saturdays and give us the whole history.
Yeah. So before Island Saturdays, it was not my show. But the club, the venue that I work with, does a lot of live events, and they like to do live shows before Island Saturdays to kind of double up the day. And before us, they had an artist by the name of HR. HR was, which I was not fully aware of him until until they booked me for it. HR was the lead singer of a punk rock hardcore band called Bad Brains. and I guess he's like iconic. But now he does strictly reggae music. He's half Jamaican. He only does reggae music now. So they booked me to DJ in between sets, which ended up being a lot more time than I had thought I was going to be DJing, but but I played for a long time on Before Island Saturdays, and I was really shocked that, like, you know, like the guy had he's older. They had him in a chair most of the time, but like he had a command of the audience, and like it was pretty impressive. And then today I watched a documentary on him, and like he's the influence of so many musical artists that I was unaware. You know, I was unaware. Pretty amazing. And it's pretty cool. And Bobby, big up. You forced me. You were like, nah, go take a picture with him. And I was like, nah, man, I'm not doing that. But I'm glad I took that picture, even though it probably looks like some kind of Weekend at Bernie's shit because he's on the couch. You know what I mean? But whatever. It was real cool, and I was really after it. I'm like, yo, that was really cool that I was part of that show. You know, that was awesome.
What did the documentary talk about?
Man, he's just like so like he was super into punk rock, heavy metal, and like hardcore music, and then he went to a Bob Marley show, and suddenly after that he found Ja, became a Rasta. He tried to influence the band with reggae, and then he went off and did a lot of reggae projects on his own, and that's what he does now solely. But he also, like, it talked about how he's he was schizophrenic, and no one even knew what that was then. So they would find him homeless. They would find him like wandering the streets, etc. And then when they finally diagnosed him, now he's medicated. He's able to live his life like a pretty normal human being, which is pretty interesting. It was a really good. I think it's called "Finding Joseph I" is the name of it. If y'all like, have some time, you want to watch a cool documentary. It's on I think it's on Tubi, and it might be on YouTube as well. But it was pretty interesting. And then I wish I would have watched it before the show, because I would have had a little bit more to, with the surfing and stuff like that. I could have talked to him a little about that, but I didn't know, I didn't really know that much about him. Except that everyone kept hitting me up like, oh my God, you're playing that show. That's pretty awesome.
Wow, that's crazy. Was he a skateboarder or a surfer?
So both, because his dad was like in the army. So he met his mom in England. The dad met the mom in England. The dad was in the army from Alabama. The mom's from Jamaica. They met in England. Then he went all over. He lived in Hawaii, lived in California, lived in like all over the place. So yeah, it was a pretty crazy story. When I watched it, I was like, wow, that's impressive.
You know what's wild? I'm a skater too.
Nice.
I started off skating. That is why I used the fisheye in photography, because I didn't have any money to buy a wide club lens.
Yeah. So
I just said, I'm going to use my fisheye lens inside the clubs, and that's why the fisheye. And I do believe that, because if you look at a lot of Alice in Chains, we don't want to watch Alice in Chains. All right, there we go. Alice in Chains.
Bobby, I didn't know that about you. And little known fact, 1987, I was the East Coast skateboarding champion. I was sponsored by Paulo Peralta and Vans.
No, wait. You were getting flow from Paulo Peralta?
Yeah, and Vans. And then when I won the freestyle division, a crazy story, they threw me in. I hadn't qualified for the freestyle event. I was just in street style, and then freestyle, which is like, they don't have that anymore, but it was back then in 87. And they just threw me out there like, yo, we're going to put you in there. There's only 4 guys left to do it. And what song do you want? I was like, fuck. And I used Max Romeo, Three Blind Mice. And that's what I won the East Coast Championships with.
Oh, congratulations.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can still do the tricks again, or
I could do because my son had actually wanted to learn, so I got a setup for him, because my family still owns I opened my own surf skate shop, and then I passed it on to my dad and my sister. So we still have.
Wait. You own a skate shop?
I passed to my dad and my sister, but they have one, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Get out of town.
Yeah, so I could do a kickflip, I could do a shove it, and an ollie still. That's about. I mean, maybe I could do more, but I'm not trying it, because you fall once at my age, you feel that shit for like
game over. Yeah.
Yo,
have you tried the one wheel or anything else that's death defying?
Me, no, I just skated. That was I don't even know how to ride a bike. I just skated. That was it.
Oh, wow.
Everything was skateboarding. Yeah.
Wow,
I can't swim neither. My dad's a pro surfer, and I can't swim.
And you're Jamaican.
Was that? Yeah. Well, I'm Jamaican because I got it. So my wife is from Saint Anne, and I met her at one of my parties, and so I
And she
found out
knows
like
how
my
to swim,
son could
right?
get. What's that?
She knows how to swim, right?
She could swim, yeah.
Yeah,
My
see?
son, but my son can't swim. He can't swim either.
That's crazy. That's
So he was like,
I thought black people. I was you guys.
what happened?
I thought black people couldn't swim. That was you guys.
yeah, no, I can't.
Wait,
And you know what's funny? My
wait.
dad's in the Hall of Fame
Whoa.
surfer, and he can't swim that good either. He can swim, but not like great.
Whoa. Neil, the black people can't swim thing has nothing to do with black people can't swim. You know that, right?
No, it's been proven. I've got the data to back it up.
No.
I'm just pulling it out my ass.
No. That's completely a racist term. Do you know why black people can't swim?
Oh, because of slavery, and they threw them off the ship.
Yeah, they threw them off the ship chained together.
Yeah,
So
so they had no chance.
yes. So I mean, nobody could swim if you're chained to fucking 30 people and you throw overboard. That's such a racist
It was
term.
more than that. It was like because they were extra weight on the ship that people could eat. It was different.
No.
I'm not trying to.
That's absolutely not why they threw him overboard.
Why?
They threw him overboard because black people is the first stock traded commodity. So what you would say is you would insure your slaves.
Absolutely.
So I own the slave ship, right? You're the slave master. Teddy is my insurance agent.
Okay.
Sherwin puts out a contract that says I have 1,000 slaves.
Okay, 1,000.
And Sherwin buys the contract to say the most I could bring back to America is going to be 500.
Oh, they had to throw off, even if they were
right.
Even if they weren't sickly, they had to only bring back 500.
Yeah. So what I would do was, so Sherwin would call me and be all like, yo, I put a contract on you. So I would take 500 slaves and throw them overboard. So when I got to
port, had to, not because they were sickly or injured.
No, because it was insurance. It was an insurance scam.
Okay.
That's how the slave trade made a lot. And that's why we have the stock market now.
Got it.
Yeah. So that whole black people can't swim thing, yeah, nobody can swim if you're chained motherfucking together. Shit.
When I was in Jamaica the first time, I was in Kingston, and me and all my friends from Waterhouse, they took me to Hellshire Beach to watch the sunrise and get food from the Rasta man coming right out of the water. And they were gonna throw me in the water. I had to put my boy that my real close friend aside. I was like, listen, you can't throw me in the water. And they're like, what do you mean? It's a rite of passage. Like, bro, I can't swim. And they're like, what? I'm like, nah, man, I can't swim. You can't throw me in the water. I'm gonna drown, yo.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you go to Jamaica and Africa, you gotta learn how to swim. I mean, kids are jumping off, like there's a place called Lover's Leap, and people jump off that. There's places, a lot of cliffs.
Oh, the grill's notorious.
That's you just jump off the cliffs. Yeah, you just jump off the cliffs.
Yeah.
Not me.
Can of Butter Babe says that's not why. Shaking my head. What are you shaking your head about, Can of Butter Babe? Ted said, "Don't throw me in." Yeah, man, they were gonna kill your ass. How do you go to Jamaica and can't swim? That's crazy.
And they needed me because every time the cops were near, they're giving me all their weapons to hold.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
You're talking. I'm like, yo, what are we talking about, man?
They'll never search you.
So
that's what they said. Oh, you're white and you're American. They're not gonna bother you. I'm like, yeah, they will.
Yeah, they will. Yo, I have this friend, huge reggae girl, and she's going in the grill, and she bought this fucking flamingo, which was like could seat 30 people, ginormous. Flamingo, and she took it to Jamaica in one of her suitcases. So she had one suitcase with the flamingo, and the was her clothes, right? So I told her, say, hey, listen, you can't fucking swim. Blow the fucking flamingo up and just put it in the pool. Because 9 times out of 10, we're in an all-inclusive in Jamaica. Not too many people's in the pool, right? Just kids. Everybody's out by the ocean. So I said,
right. The beach is
so I
where
said, yeah, everybody's at the beach. No one's going to go to Jamaica to go in a fucking swimming pool. Unless it's late night, right? But I mean, come on.
and that's drinking. That's not even real swimming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you're just drinking and that. So I said, just blow up the friggin' flamingo. Shay's in the chat. What's going on? I told her, I said, just blow up the flamingo. Just blow it up and put it in the pool. So I'm calling her while she's in Jamaica. I'm like, yo, just blow it up, put it in the pool. Man, I didn't hear from her for about 6, 7, 8 hours.
She had the time of her life, bro.
Yo, she called me back and she said she fell off the flamingo.
Oh no.
And she was trying to save the flamingo from floating to Cuba. Right. And she almost drowned trying to think about it. You can't swim, Ted. She's on this flamingo. I mean, ginormous flamingo could for 3 adults could float on this fucking thing.
Oh,
so you know how big that is. Could you imagine trying to grab that and can't swim and trying to make it back to shore? And she said the more she fought, that thing was just pulling her out.
Yep. That's what happened.
And she had to like jump on it and like paddle. And as she's paddling, she falls off. So she's back in the deep end again. She said it was a complete shit show. So she finally make it back to shore. And I didn't hear from her for 6 hours. So I called her up and said, hey man, how's Jamaica? She goes, oh, great. I almost drowned.
And actually, she's still here, right? By the grace of God, she's still here, right?
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
All right, Sharon. Oh, Richie Feelings. So a lot of people are saying, so a lot of the dancers wanted me to bring this up, but talk about Richie Feelings first. I wish I could show you some pictures, but the website's down. Go ahead.
I mean, I thought it was a great night. That was, what's that?
Share your screen. You got some pictures you got what?
No, all the pictures is on the
map.
map.
Lightroom. Pull up Lightroom and show us something.
I don't edit photos on a PC.
On a Mac? I mean, just
yeah, but I'm not on my Mac. My PC's next to me.
We still want to see the footage. We still want to see what happens.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know how I would do it.
It's Richie Feelings here, man. Come on.
I bet you there's gonna be some sick pictures though.
There's some crazy pictures.
Yeah, like I talked to Richie this morning because he was still hyped about the party.
Really?
Yeah, and what I thought that was really impressive by Richie, you won't, if you listen to the audio is wicked, but the audio might, if you listen to the audio without context, without understanding the vibes that was in the room and the dances that were in the room, you might be like, whoa, he was kind of like jumping around. But the way that he was able to handle and make sure all the dancers got the tunes that they needed to hear, but also play new tunes, I thought was pretty impressive because it was hard to do. And he went back and forth in a way that kept everyone engaged and everyone active in the party. That's what I thought, at least. And I thought the vibes on the dance floor were pretty crazy.
Yeah, I haven't done nothing like that in 10 years. No,
that was our first sold out party of, not that we haven't been, we average 200 people every week. That's our average, but that's our first sold out party of 2026. And I thought
really?
Wow. Now, when I say sold out, that means capacity. Obviously you're not gonna, I never, ever, no matter what party it is or what night it is, if you're a dancer, you don't pay to come to my party ever. Because dancing to me is a part of the vibe, it's a part of the culture. And if you're a dancer, you're not going to pay to come to a Dr. TKO event, no matter what event that is. So there was a lot of free people, but still, that's what brings the vibes to the party. You know, that to me, that was awesome.
So explain that. Why do you do that? Because we might as well, since we're here, we might as well get to it. The dancers are saying that in Boston, that part of dancehall has been surgically removed on purpose out of the dance hall. So a lot of the dancers just don't come out. Like we had Tony Matron. You think Tony Matron would have brought out all the dancers? It didn't. It hasn't.
Yeah.
Now we have Ding Dong 405. I mean, we're hoping that the dancers come out, but I mean, I don't think they're gonna, there's none of that. Explain to them how that has helped that night be successful.
Well, I mean, to me, like I think I said before on here, dancehall it comes from the streets. Dancehall is poor people music originally, and dancing elevated dancehall to a higher stage with the dance crews and Bogle, etc. So I think dancing in dancehall is extremely important part of the culture. So ever since, you could ask any dancer from back in Club X days till now, when I had VAC coming out, all those guys, like Tallest, anyone that ever wanted to come that was a dancer, I always put them on the list because I feel like they bring a vibe to the party that regular patrons that may not know dancehall that well, and they're like, oh my God, you see their cameras come out because they're like, wow, look at that, look at what they're doing. I mean, to me, that's part of the dancehall, and I will always cultivate that. And I remember a good friend of mine, Smalley, dancehall queen Smalley. I remember her telling me way back, and she was like, yeah, I pay to go to every party in Boston. I'm like, you're the international dancehall queen. And she's like, I'm like, that to me, that's like royalty. Like you don't pay. And also even other DJs and other promoters, like if Sharon wanted to come out, I would, he'd be on the list. Like that's just how I feel like it's a community and we have to support our community the best we can, like obviously you don't want to lose money, but I think it's important if you support the community, they'll support you back. And then you also have good vibes in the party. That's how I look at it.
Shay said, Richie was a hit this weekend. My knees are bruised and rug burned. Wow. Hey, big up me. Free invite. Oh, you got the free invite? Got a few beers in me? I'ma hype the crowd no matter what. Teddy always got me on the list.
Always. And if I can, I'll try and buy him, we do some Ray Nephew shots together too, here and there if they ask me.
Wow. Yeah, I think that's a very when you go, I think dancehall needs to have some elements to it, right? I think you need some dancers, right? You need the shotters, right? You need them in the back because they're gonna support the bar.
They're the ones running up there on the money pull-ups.
Yeah, they're doing the money pull-ups. Yep. Hopefully they're not gonna shoot each other.
Knock on wood, we don't have that issue at Island Saturdays.
Yeah. Okay. We need a couple of hot girls.
Got to.
Like hot girls, right? We need female crews, right? So the female crews could battle other female crews with the dancing, and then walking out in the video light so they can show off their bling and all of that.
But when you say one thing about female crews that I will say, and this is not to offend any dancer, I feel like if you watch Yaya can dance to any song. It's not about like if it's a dancing song, just like Hyper Squad. Hyper Squad can dance to any song. They'll have a routine for any song. It doesn't have to be a dancing song. One thing I know that isn't always like it has to be like a certain amount of the party, but is the dagger in the head top. Like that can't be like too much because the outside people that come in are like, what the, after a while, like, all right, I'm good with that now. We don't see that again. You know what I mean? Like, so that's important to keep the balance there too.
Anil, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a great vibe. I would like to see more upcoming stuff as far as festivals in Boston. And is there anything like lined up for you?
Anil, we're talking about what do you think about the dancers in the club? Jeez Louise.
Dancers in the club?
Yeah, well, how do you feel about that?
I think it's important. Yeah. I remember. It's a big deal. It's really a big deal to have people active in the music, not just sitting down drinking, but people actually be energetic, and that's what brings the vibe to the dance. Because those who aren't dancing, or even if they can't, are going to start dancing, and that's the fun start, and not just and in the thing do, but more peaceful vibes. If everyone gets involved in dancing, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful time. That's why you got to come out early and maybe have a dance classes in the beginning of the night.
That's real about that, because we'll have an American, whether you could tell they're American, whether they're white, black, or whatever. And when they see the dancers dancing and having a blast, you see people that's not from the culture joining the dancers and trying to learn the moves, and the TikToks out, the Instagrams out, and they're filming, and it's like they go to work on Monday. I mean, how was your weekend? Well, I was at a reggae party and I danced with 20 dancers. And they'd be like, what do you mean? Were you on stage? No, I wasn't on stage. I was on the dance floor. Dance floors. There's such a thing as a dance floor now in the nightclub. Yeah. We're running up and down, and one guy was spinning me and throwing another girl on a table, and it brings people out.
Yeah, it's the energy. It's like they bring the energy. At the old Alchemy, it was on the second floor before COVID, and I had some coworkers from Foxwoods come out, and they were like, "We just want to check it out," and they left. And I'm not gonna lie, they talked about that night for a good year after that. Oh my God, this girl jumped off the stage. Yeah, you know what I mean? It was just an experience that they had never seen before. They were like, oh my God.
It's so crazy. Sharon, what do you say, my friend? I need the Jeopardy music. Sherwin? Sherwin. He's gone.
Awesome.
We lost him. Oh, here we go. Here we go again. Let's see what's going on here now. All right. Sherwin, how do we feeling down there? Yeah, definitely needs the Jeopardy music. Sherwin sleep. Oh, wow.
I guess it's connectivity.
While we wait for him, how was India? Because I love the Indian culture. My favorite rum besides Ray and Nephew is called Old Monk rum. It comes in a monk's head. It's awesome. It's from India. Yeah. It's so good.
It's all right. Contessa's very good as well. I recommend Contessa.
Can you guys hear me?
But I didn't drink a lot of alcohol when I was out there, to be completely honest. Sherwin,
Old Monk rum and Taj Mahal beer are two of my favorites.
Go ahead, Sherwin. You got the floor.
So my experience was, so shout out to Ted, right? Because I've definitely thought about that. I've implemented it in different ways. Like, for instance, Yaya was running a dance class at Unity, which really dope, because to me, we needed to create a whole new wave of dancers who came out. Just because in general, most of the dancers are, around my age, so they're probably not going to be on a weekly basis.
Right.
So I thought that there needed to be, some 21-year-old girl who wanted to be the next Yaya, who wanted to be the next Smalley, or some 25. Those girls will tell you, when they were 16, trying to sneak into clubs to go and try to dance and do things. I don't see that happening, even though we talk and all the rest of that stuff. But I do, from my experience, maybe I just don't have the greatest relationship with dancers, but I've reached out to a couple, one individual, really good dancer. I reached out, hey, do you want to come out dance? Offered the free drinks or whatever, and they asked me for $400, right? And it's unsustainable for me, right, to kind of pay those type of prices for dancers. And I found a lot of the dancers, they're more performers than dancers, if that makes sense, right? Like, they kind of want to come out, perform next to the artist, this and that. You don't see a lot of people just coming out week to week, just like, I just want to catch a vibe and dance, right? Like Vic is somebody who will come out and just dance, right? DJ, is one of my, my boys from when I was real small, come out and just dance. But a lot of the dances now, I think they're past their partying stages, right? Like not even that just and I think we talked about it last week. Like when you go out, like the best of the best dancers, you just don't even really see them no more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I see Smalley every once in a while, but Smalley comes out, she's just a vibe. Like she's not dancing like how she was back in the days. You know what I mean? Tallest, FC, all those people. You know what I mean? But
Right.
to me, we're definitely missing dancers early 20s, and I think we have to find something, at least in Boston, for dancers to be excited about, to just want to come out, versus just making X amount. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's because of the success of my night, people were like, "Yo, this dude's making a ton of money. I need to get X," or if it's just like, or if it was just kind of one of those things that they weren't really excited about to come out on their own. You know what I mean? So I found trouble in that, but in dance hall, the dance is part of it. Right? There have been we were one of the first places to host the Dutty Friday event.
Right.
And, you know what I mean? It went from Unity to K and around and stuff like that. The first one did really good. It was with Potential Kid, and then the next one was with Black Rhino, a bunch of dances and stuff like that. That part didn't do it great. And then when TJ came to Boston, what's the dancer that made a dance for Drift?
Oh man, don't do that to me on stream.
He's from there. He was there. He was there. You know what I mean? Like all the
local.
local. But I think like there was probably like less than people there, right? Like we had Marvin the Beast come down to Unity. There was less than like 60 people there. You know what I mean? So I just for whatever reason, feel like the rest of the dancehall community, I don't even know. I shouldn't speak for them, but it just feels weird. They just don't seem as excited. You know what I mean? Those things should have been rammed. You know what I mean? And I don't know what connect is. My party's a mix. So I don't think you can use me as a case study, but I have found sometimes with dancers to my parties, and everybody will sit there and just watch them dance. Don't feel like the other patrons are having fun, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like there's dancers who can kind of get everybody involved, and then there's some dancers who like, hey, just get me, let me stand on the stage and
center stage, really.
Willie bounce, and everybody's kind of just like, well, you know what I mean? Like it kind of does. So I do think there's a healthy balance that Ted has definitely predicted that we got to figure out, kind of in this scene. You know what I mean? Because most of our promoters are ex dancers. You know what I mean? And it's not working. You know what I mean? Like.
But also, I think like your party, I think based on what I've seen, your party is more of a mixed music too. Like you play like, on a soca music and stuff like that. Where we do get complaints because we don't. Oh, you don't play enough soca, you don't play enough African music. But my thing is, if I'm spending my money and I'm putting up my money and risking my money, I want to hear what I want to hear. So it's going to be 85% dancehall and reggae because that's what I want. You know what I mean? So that also could play into it a little bit. Like it might not be anything you're doing wrong or anything at all. It just might be like that. You know what I mean? Like because there's more of a mix of the music that you play.
Yeah, like we've had good nights. Like I'm the Rebel. We had 400 or 500 people there, and even with that too, right? Like we had a lot of there, but I booked her specifically for the dancers, and a lot of the people that I expect either come out or reach out, like I kind of didn't get anything. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like someone like Shay comes out all the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Shay's rocking with me like forever.
Yeah, Shay's actually somebody who enjoys the party and enjoys dancing.
She loves.
You know what I mean?
I know she does. Oh, she just posted it too.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But okay, and that's the next thing. She'll dance to like
anything,
everything, right? And this is one thing. Like last March I was in Kingston and I went to all the street parties and all this stuff like that. And I just like if we played the exact same music and we had the exact same dances, and they came up. It wouldn't work in Boston. We had to figure out kind of different formula.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because even when I was what's the event on Wednesdays?
Weddy Wednesdays.
Yeah, was it the main one in Kingston?
That's the one that Stone
like
a halfway tree.
Oh, so it wasn't Stone Love's one. It was, oh my god, the one you see on social media. I forget which day it was.
Pasa.
Nope, that definitely wasn't Pasa. It's one of the more
Uptown Mondays.
Was it Uptown Mondays? Yeah, I think it was Uptown Mondays.
Was it on Monday? Was it on
Right.
Monday?
I can't remember. It was for like 2 weeks. But it's in the heart of Kingston. It's one of the ones that got like the upstairs and people is around. It's kind of like in a little mall parking lot. I don't know if it was I think it might have been Uptown Monday.
It's probably Uptown Monday.
No. It wasn't a nightclub. It was outside. But long story short, even with that, like the dancers were going crazy, right? But after 4 minutes and like I started looking around, like I almost started to feel out of place. I was just like, I'm just sitting there and I don't feel involved. I'm watching. You know what I mean? And I just think because dancing culture is, it's almost become separate from the rest of the party culture, if that even makes sense. I don't even know if I'm explaining that right. Like when I was growing up in high school and dancing songs came on, the whole party, is doing, log on, pond the river, pond the bank. Like we had dancing that the entire party could like be involved with, Willie Bond, whatever, stuff like that. Now it kind of feels it's just like, all right, well, the 10 dancers are doing this and everybody's not involved. They're just kind of just watching because it's like whatever disconnect. Maybe we didn't learn it. Maybe it just feels.
I'll tell you one part of the disconnect to me is because I know all the old dances, right? And I'll do the old dances. Yep. I'll get on the stage. I'll do bounce. Bounce is like the newest dance, but I'll do Willie bounce, all that stuff. But the problem is some of the dances, like they're mad complicated. So
yeah,
like, like a regular person that can't just watch that and learn it. They're gonna have to go home and like study. And who the hell has time to do that? You know what I mean? Like I don't got time to do that in front of a mirror all day to make sure I got it right. You know what I'm saying? I think
and the biggest to me, I felt like some of the biggest songs were dancing tunes, right? Like the whole and run. The Sean Paul Get Busy run, like, you know what I mean? Like those were on 106 in Park, right? Those things were like on 106 in Park when I came home, whatever. My American friends, my Caribbean friends, everybody knew whatever. Now the big dancing songs to me aren't, they're not your top 10 songs that play, between 1:30 and close.
Right. I mean, that's when you get the dance. Like that's why, some of the super hardcore dancers like Yaya or Hyper Squad, like they'll make up their own dances to those songs, and at that point they'll entertain the crowd, and no one's gonna dance with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's true. Like the dancing songs aren't. I mean, the last big, Bounce was big. That was like top 10. Right. We Run the Ground, which we talked about, that was top 10 at a time. Yep. Stuff like that. But yeah, it's rare. Like a lot of the dancing songs are not the the hit songs of that time for sure. Yep. And a lot of the songs that are hit songs can't play on American radio in any way, because if you play the edited version, you'll be like, the fuck song is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And Neil, what do you think? Do the dancers overtake the party, or do they bring a vibe?
It depends. They are entertaining to watch, and they're very fun to watch. But they're some of them take the center stage. Some of them taking like the foreground, while everyone just like sits on the side and just watches them dance. So I think what Ted, what his perfection is that he's got the whole. I haven't been yet, and I need to go up there one day and check out your party. He explains that he has the whole crowd dancing, and
Yeah, I think Bobby will tell you like there was times like I would say 60% of the party was doing the dance.
Yeah, there was an older woman there. Older woman, she's in the back, and and she's probably my age, which is we're older. She's probably between 51 and 55. And when the dancers started to run around,
Was she a
was
MILF?
like,
Is the question.
was she a what?
A MILF. Was that?
Oh my fucking God. She was beautiful, quite voluptuous. She had the curves at all the right places. Something a little bit too big for me to bring to a dinner party.
Yeah, me I said the man King Midas. Blend them.
You have to bring it to the buffet.
I was talking to my unicorn and I was telling her that we were driving down the street and there was this Spanish woman that looked, like holy crap. She did the BBL, right? And I just looked at it
But
and I
they
said,
fail to get the thighs done sometimes because some of them are very thrifty. They have to get the backside and the thighs. They have to equal out. It can't be one or the other.
But it doesn't equal out. Like if I came from Mars and I'm like, hi Earthlings, how are you? I would walk up to a woman with like these BBLs and say, your God fucked your body up. Like, why do you look like this? Right? It's just
it has an odor to it as well. So please be mindful of that.
Does it really have an odor? That's fake news. That has to be fake news. That's fake. Come on. So,
but was she dancing, the big old girl?
Where was I even going with this? Oh yeah.
The big old girl in the back.
So no, this is what I'm saying.
Mompy girl. You're talking about the Mompy girl in the back.
So this is what I'm saying. Like when I was looking at the BBL, right? It like you can't take that to a dinner. That's where I'm going. Like you need something nice and skinny that flows nice to take to a dinner, right? But if I'm at a reggae party, a dancehall reggae party, I mean, she was probably one of the hottest women in there. Curved the right way. I mean, I wouldn't take her to a dinner party, but I'll get behind the bus. You know what I'm saying? Definitely get behind the bus. But what I was saying is, she was older, and when the dancers started running, she was kind of like nervous, right? And then she just started dancing. She just started dancing.
That must be when you play gas, because the like probably 90% of the crowd after a while was running around.
Yeah, it's just the whole running around, and clearly she's an older white lady, probably my age. Clearly she understands the culture. Clearly she's like 51 or 52 or maybe even 60, right? And she's like, I just want to come out and have a good time. I don't want to sprain an ankle because I got to work on Monday. So she was kind of like hesitant. But then once people start running around, she was in. She was fucking 2 feet in, down the slide. And that's the kind of energy you need in a party, right? Because you could tell she understood the culture and she's been doing this for a long time. And she just wanted to come out. She probably haven't seen Richie Feelings since she was probably in college or some shit, right? And she's like, oh, Richie Feelings is coming. And she just popped out. And the dancing just brought her back to that place. And she had a ball. The guy that she was, the guy behind her on that was giving her, the old rub-a-dub. Man, once them dancers started running around, it got crazy.
King Midas.
Got crazy.
Yeah, me I say the man King. I mean I say yo King Midas.
It got crazy, and that's why I believe the dancing is a very important part. I think the reason why dancing has kind of fell off, I think women used to want to come and dance with the dancers because it's fun. to dance with a super skinny hot guy in tight pants, right? I think it's women like that type of shit. I think what happened was I think the women don't like the being thrown around.
Yep.
I think once men start throwing women around, it no longer becomes a dance. It becomes, I got to go to work. This guy just slammed my head off the fucking floor. And so I think a lot of the women will kind of stand back. And I think that's where the dancing kind of fucked up a dance hall, right?
It get dangerous. Yeah.
Right. It's you don't even know how many women. I don't even know where my camera is.
Let's go to Boston Medical Center after a day. see.
I remember back in
let me get this slide. Hold on.
2010, 2011. Oh, wait till Bobby gets back. So back in like 2010, 2011, we were at Club X every Friday night. That was like the party. That was like big time party. And they had a stage, but they also had like, because they did a lot of hip hop shows, they had like a stripper pole with like and it was like a platform ahead of the stage. So what they took out the pole, so there's just a platform. And we had a DJ from New Jersey come. And he was a wicked DJ. And he just dared me. I was wasted. I don't know how many Rain nephews I had. And he was like, who's going to dive off the stage? So I think Sherwin knows him. DJ from Hyper Squad. He was going to do it. Then he was like, nah. And I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. Because I was wasted. So I dove off the stage onto the girl. So he anointed me the daggering king of Rhode Island. So then his name was Banky Hype, wicked DJ, right? Next time he came, he made me pick up some girl. And he wanted me to carry her from one side of the club to the other in the back. And she was a big girl. So I'm carrying her halfway back. I'm like, yo, I'm about to drop this fucking girl. Like, yo, like, I don't know how I can make it. But so I see what you're saying. Like, yeah, the daggering thing, man. Like, yo, it's not, girls don't want to do that now. They don't want to do that now for sure.
I blew my ACL out jumping off a stage in Europa.
Mm-hmm.
It's called, all you people in Boston, it's called Bijou now. I'm in Europa and grinding on a shorty. I jump off the stage, pop my ACL.
Next, I believe it, because I had scars on my shins for forever from jumping off the stage.
And I had to walk down like 100 steps to get to street level with a blown out ACL.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, so women don't want to.
Nah.
Women don't want to be a part of that. Wacky cows. The danger stuff wasn't for everyone. You had to know what you were doing,
bro.
Yo, Wacky's in the building. So let me tell you something right now. I'm gonna show you guys something. So this is a camera lens, and so that's the lens, right? To protect the lens, you put on a lens hood. It's like a little condom for your lens. So that's how your lens is supposed to look when you buy it brand new. This is what my fisheye looks like. You see that?
Yeah, all the skate photographers use
that. But do you see like the lens hood is gone? Yep. And you see how everything is broken and the glass is like, let me see if I can focus this in here. You could see it, how it's cracked.
Yeah.
And how this is from women slamming into the camera over 20 years and breaking the lens and like removing flesh from their forehead. Like if the FBI was to come to me and say, hey, we want to run a DNA test on this lens, there is so much blood and guts in the molecule. Like, I mean, look at it. It's shattered. Like, look at that. Look at that. That's from daggering. Kicks, heads, fingers, feet, and toes. So I mean, it's crazy.
It's bad, Bobby. It's really bad.
I guarantee Bobby has the lens out. These girls will dagger. Oh yeah, they'll dagger. They'll dagger.
Guaranteed. That live?
No,
No.
I think it's okay to dagger girls who are
It's like
also.
the Pied Piper of daggering.
Hold on, right. What do you guys think? It's okay to dagger girls that are dancers. You can't dagger a girl that's going to friggin'
A regular girl, yeah, that's the one that's gonna freak out. Like if
She's
you
gonna freak
saw,
out.
I shared a video after a party at Club X. It was actually Richie Feelings came for my birthday way back in 2000. I think it was 2011, and we had a dancer, Fiva Senseless from New York City. She used to come to all our big parties and crash at my house, everything. I've known her forever, and she decided to run. Jump on me. I had to catch her, which I wasn't even prepared for. And then you hear Bobby and then you hear Richie on the microphone, like, Ray. So, yeah, if it's a dancer, that's different. It's different. You just can't dagger random chicks, man.
You can't dagger random chicks.
People try, but it's not. It doesn't work. It doesn't always go well.
Yeah, I mean, just keep the. I think the daggering has gotten like a guy like Shelly Belly, right? So you're just some fucking chick from Switzerland that's going to fucking, because Switzerland loves reggae. You're going to Switzerland to go to Pasa for a weekend, right? And you look cute, blonde hair, blue eyes, and fucking this guy sees you, fucking Shelly Belly, and he fucking tears your hair off, rips off your clothes, throw you in the fucking mud, and then jumps off a ceiling. It's like... And you could tell that she's trying to run, but she doesn't know what to do because she's slipping and falling in the mud, and she can't run away. She can't hide. It's like she's stuck in this dancehall dungeon of craziness, and they dagger her, and then it's like the video comes out, and then other woman's like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing it.
It's funny because a lot of those dancers have hit us up to bring them, and to be honest, like because it's just they're not, so they're dancers by definition, but like someone that's gonna come and just dagger chicks to me is not gonna be as much of attraction from our party as like a regular dancer.
Right.
The funny thing is that like over the past like 5 or 6 years, the most popular dancer that I brought outside of I'm not talking about Hyper Squad or Wacky Cows or Shay or Yaya, and no one from New England, but I brought in a fellow Greek from Connecticut, and his name is Gully Chris. And he knows all the dances, and that was like a bigger draw than me bringing Shelly Belly or Marvin or any of those guys. People were like wiling out because here you got this white Greek guy and he knows every single dance. If you look up Gully Chris, you'll be like, holy shit, he knows everything. And
why do you bring Gully Chris down?
I gotta bring him back. I haven't bring him back in a while, but yeah, that dude is wicked. He's wicked. He brought all Jamaicans in Connecticut, New York. I mean, he's pretty well known.
Is Gully Chris gonna be around this Saturday?
No, I should try and get him out though. I haven't talked to him in a minute. I gotta link him. But Gully Chris is wicked. And yeah, and like Wacky Cal said, he's big on social media. Yeah, Gully, I think it's at Gully Chris Dancer or something like that. But he's wicked. I brought him in. I think it was for we did a beachwear affair a couple of years ago. We brought him, and it was like wild. People were like, "Holy shit!"
That's crazy. All right, Shay says, "Bobby, you missed my fit change. I did miss your fit change. I'm so sorry. You were in the red outfit. I turned around, got the camera. You're in the black outfit. I'm very sorry about that." Wacky Cow says, "Exactly. Dagger girls who know the culture." Good point. Shay, men be too touchy nowadays. You got to be careful who you let dagger. Let me ask you a question. Are men supposed to get hard when they're daggering, Shay? You're not supposed to?
I don't think so.
Do you get hard, Neil, when you're daggering? Or dancing?
I don't.
But when you're slow grinding the chick in the club, do you?
I'm a married man, so.
Oh, yeah. I mean, before you got married.
Different.
Before. Sharon, what says you?
So it's different.
Sure.
Absolutely not.
Really? It is not. Really? Ted, how about you? No?
No. I can do 100,000 juke and I'm good.
I mean, I get a little flashy. I'm not gonna lie. I get a little flashy. I get hard. That's why I don't really dance. because I ain't running around with.
He was the
fucking
freak.
snake.
You have probably get hard to get photos and shit. That's what
So nobody gets hard when you're slow grinding.
I mean, I'm married, so like I don't jump on girls randomly.
Yeah, I'm married
I mean,
too.
sometimes
Yeah.
girls will dance. I mean, I just kind of sit back and the you know let it, and then I won't. Then
innocent bystander.
I mean,
I can't like be mean because I'm the promoter. I don't want to make them not want to come back, so I just kind of stand there. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are any big shows coming up? Like for you guys out in Rhode Island?
Wild.
What's that?
Are you doing anything like any big artists? Not.
No, you know what? To
But
be
he's
honest,
big-
like one thing I found in Rhode Island is artists are really tough. So the only money, like I usually lose money when I bring artists. Like I brought Conscience before COVID. I lost money on that one. The only money I made decent money on Shaggy. I brought him twice, but that's because I got a special deal on him at those times, and I can't get the deal ever again. I did well with like Barris. I broke even every time I brought him, and every time I brought him, he wanted more money the next time. So I'm like, nah, like because I'm at the point now with the amount that he wants, I will lose money. I did well with Christopher Martin, but that's only because it was my 40th birthday. So kind of like people came out also because it was my birthday. So artists is tough. You know, what I'll do with artists is I'll say, hey, listen, if you want to come through, Island Saturdays is there. If you want to reach an audience, that's your audience, and you can get a Ram party and perform for 10 or 15 minutes, that's your best bet, you know, and that's what I do, you know. And I have artists that come through for free just to promote shit.
I'm still laughing over the getting hard thing.
What's going on in Boston, Bobby?
What's that?
Anything major? Anything like is Genius doing anything like?
So we have Protege. I found out today that Protege is going to be here. We have Capleton. We have Baby Sham.
I brought Baby Sham's awesome. I brought him like 3 times. He's awesome.
Yeah, Baby Sham. Baby Sham's
awesome.
Baby
and the
Sham's
coolest dude. Once he found out I was like family with Copper Shot, that was it. Like that, we cool from then on.
Wow. Yeah.
He's the one that if you look at their names and say Copper Cuddy, Copper Mark on Instagram, he's the one that told them to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So what's your relationship with Copper Shot?
Oh, Copper Shot being like, so I brought them I heard a mixtape of them in like 2008, and it was my goal. That was the second big sound I ever brought in was Copper Shot. And I've been friend like their family. Like I brought them every year. I do contracts for them to make sure they can get their paperwork and stuff. Like they are family. When I got married, Dream Weekend VIP passes. They gave us that for our honeymoon, like our wedding present. Their family. Matthew, Mark Chin, Cuddy. That's family. Copper Ash. Those guys. Copper Shot is my family for sure. Like
nice.
Same with Chromatic. We have them coming this weekend. JR, Creep, that's family. Like the crazy thing with Chromatic, and the reason I have such a great relationship with them is that when they first wanted to come to New England, no one in Boston would book them. Nobody, because I don't think the promoters in Boston were aware of like their influence in Jamaica. But I'm like nuts. Like I read Jamaica Star. I like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like super into Jamaica. And so I got hit up by someone from Boston. They said, hey, I want to bring Chromatic. No one will bring them. Will you have them at your restaurant? Because at the time I had my Jamaican restaurant. I said, I'll for sure. And they're like, they want to come this Saturday. So it was like a 5-day notice. So I said, the best I can pay him is X. And they hit me back. They said, we'll do it. But just know that if we kill it, we want to, obviously you pay us more next time. And I brought them, they killed it, and I've been bringing them ever since. And that was like 2015, and I've been bringing them regularly ever since then. So and the cool thing was in Dream Weekend, Copper Shot got me the passes. But we're at a wicked, like a packed party, and JR like stopped the music to like big up Dr. TKO and Ted from Rhode Island and his wife. All right, cool. But yeah, Chromatic, Copper Shot, that's straight up. Richie Feelings, they're straight up family.
All right. Wacky Cows thought that was pretty funny. If they horny after wine, they gotta go. Yeah, you're right. The short ones think they can climb my tree. Big mistake. Cal never did, to my knowledge, and me and him been doing it for almost 20 years. Big up Wacky for always being respectful. So clearly Wacky's a respectful dancer. No, fuck it. Listen, that's why I don't dance. But if I'm at fucking carnival and there's ass shaking, we grinding, getting hard.
I never been to carnival, not even in Boston.
You're not missing anything.
Too much soca music for me. I
Yeah,
can't.
it's
New York Carnival is where it's at, guys. You got to go to.
Where is it?
New York Carnival, Brooklyn.
Nah,
That's
but
not-
soca still.
No.
I'm told that Nottingham in England is the one to go to.
Yeah, that's the one to go to. Wacky Cow says
That's the real carnival, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what's
They
missing
got
in Boston.
stages at that carnival.
Let me
It was
read
actually
the chat.
Richie Feelings is the one that told me, because Richie knows me very well, and he's like, "Yo, you're not gonna like this carnival, that carnival, too much soca. You're gonna be pissed." He goes, "But go to Nottingham. Nottingham is like straight up reggae music." He goes, "You'll love it." I was like, "Oh."
Wow. Wacky Cow says that's what's missing in Boston. Dancehall. Who paying attention to the culture like that to bring DJs, dancers, or even personality figures? That will help now, especially with the internet involvement. Well, Shay says, I heard UK is lit. Of course it's lit. That's where I'm from.
I'm trying to do a comedy show in Providence.
I'm a bit hesitant though about the UK really going on and the way the Muslims have taken over this town.
What is the Muslims? Ted, go ahead, finish your time. What is this guy?
No. There's a comedian from UK that I really want to bring to Rhode Island. I was gonna bring him, and then he ended up not coming to the US. I don't know if he's playing it. Next time he comes on a US run, though, I'm trying to bring him to Rhode Island. His name is White Yardie. He's a white dude from Jamaica, but he lives in England now. He's hilarious. That's
Really?
Yeah.
Nigga,
You look him up, White Yardie. Yeah.
What says
He was
you
in Boston. He was at Slade's one time. That's where I met him.
Ooh, I love Slades. That's what I could go for right now. 3-piece fried chicken.
The catfish was pretty good there.
Oh man. Oh man. What time does Slades close?
I used to live right near there when I went to Northeastern.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Did we ever go there, Bobby? How late are they open until?
What? I'm thinking about fried chicken, mac and cheese, and sweet potatoes.
Yeah, Wacky. I know Nijis was there at he was at Sorrel and Lime, and actually Nijis opened up for White Yardie when I saw him at Slade's. I just saw Wacky Cal's comment. He's super funny.
Someone recently did a comedy show and brought Negus. He's a YouTube figure from Jamaica. It was a good show. Ted Do It from Wacky Cows.
He opened up for White Yardie when I saw him at Slade's. He's a good comedian as well.
Shay says,
I commend you. You got comedians and dancers at gig, man.
Well, I haven't brought the comedian yet. I want
the comedian. He wants to.
My plan, yeah.
He's gonna bring. Wait.
I would see that's like something. So I'm a little nuts when it comes to Jamaican culture, and like I would bring White Yardie, and like probably risk losing money because I want to see White Yardie.
That'd be a good. Well, what we were talking about before the stream, White Yardie would be good for what you're working on with the club, and then Islands, Islands
right after,
yeah. I think that would be that's probably where you could probably introduce that comedy if that goes. I
always look at stuff like that. Like, okay, if I'm gonna risk losing my own money, is it a show that I would want to go see? And then that's how I decide. So like, if it's a DJ I want to see, like the first big show I ever brought was Mighty Crown, and I wanted to see Mighty Crown. So I knew I was going to lose money. I did it on a Tuesday night in Providence. We had like 200 people, but I still lost like a couple thousand. But I brought Mighty Crown, and I got to see Ninja and Sammy T, and it was a wicked show. And that was what I did it for,
Shay says, mac and cheese sells me to a party. I love mac and cheese. I love fried chicken. No disrespect to Shay, She's like, Bobby wants something to eat. I'm like, I can't. I want to eat like once a day. I'm getting old, but these guns are coming in. The guns are coming in. So
You gotta get in the boxing gym, like Marvin Hagler.
that's I do want to go back to fighting, but I can't.
I'm undefeated, 1-0. I retired 1-0.
Really, you had one fight and come on, Ted. That's
tired, 1-0. It's too hard to lose the weight.
Come on. What class did you fight in?
I fought at middleweight.
Middle.
But I started, every big fighter in New England, I sparred him. Vinny Paz, Hall of Famer, I sparred him. I sparred tons of guys.
Ted, for some reason, I think that me and you live a parallel life.
Possibly.
Yeah. Skated.
Yep.
I fought the dude that went to UFC 6. I got choked out and knocked out. I got knocked out, then choked out. And that was the end of my UFC career. But every single day for the last 15 years, 15 minutes, throw hands.
Yep.
And,
yeah, well, I worked in professional boxing. I still do now, but I was a matchmaker for 28 years. So any big fighter, any big pro boxer in New England, I probably matched some of their fights. I've been everywhere.
Ortiz?
What's that?
You know Kenny Ortiz?
No.
He's out of Worcester.
Okay.
He's out
Carlos.
of Worcester.
I know Carlos from Worcester. I know Jose Rivera from Worcester.
Yeah, we fought because I was in the Ortiz camp. It was sponsored by my buddy's brand Cambio, which does CBD, and we fought Lomachenko in Madison Square Garden.
No way.
Yeah. I think we beat Lomachenko, but you know how boxing is.
Well, you're talking about Jermaine Ortiz.
Jermaine Ortiz, yeah.
Yeah, he's the promoter I worked for like 30 years. He's like his family. Jimmy Birchfield, that's his promoter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My buddy sponsors him, Cambio.
Yeah, I work for Jimmy. That's my whole career. I work for Jimmy. I was at De La Hoya Mayweather. I was at De La Hoya Vargas. I've been to all the big fights.
You were at De La Hoya Mayweather.
Yeah. Yep.
How was that?
That was crazy.
That was Cinco de Mayo, right?
Yeah, it was nuts. I was at De La Hoya Pacquiao. I was the matchmaker for Chad Dawson. So I was at Chad Dawson, Antonio Tarver. I know all those guys. I met Floyd's an asshole, just like he is in real life. He's an asshole. He's not. Every boxer was cool except Floyd Mayweather. He was not cool.
Yeah, he's Floyd.
Nah,
greatest ever.
What's that?
You're a boxing guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike Tyson, I've met him a million times. Lennox Lewis, I went up to him and I said, yo, I love dancehall. He goes, what? He pulled me aside and I sat and I talked about Sting. I talked about, he knew everything. He loves dancehall. Talked to him about dancehall forever.
That's crazy.
Yep.
I'm gonna say something controversial, but I think I have the balls to say it, and I think I have the proof to say it. Mike Tyson, the most overrated heavyweight in the history of boxing. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Can you finish? He's 0-6 in his professional career. One of those losses is to a YouTuber, and the other 5 were people that weren't scared of him. Honestly, conversation. I love Mike Tyson. Met him a couple times.
What I will say is this. I would say he's somewhat of a front runner. However, I don't know what his career would have been like because part of boxing, big part of boxing is mental. And Cus D'Amato was his trainer.
Yes.
Cus passed him on to Kevin Rooney, my good friend Kevin Rooney. I flew to England with Kevin. I stayed with Kevin in Rhode Island. Like I've known Kevin forever. The problem is once Don King stepped in and this is no disrespect to Don King because Don King always took care of me. Don King offered me a job. I turned it down. Like Don King's a good dude. However, once they took Mike away from Cus and Kevin Rooney,
yes,
that's when everything crumbled. And if you watch the first fight after he left Kevin Rooney, he fought Frank Bruno and he got hurt in that fight. He won the fight easily, but he got stunned. And that's all because the mental aspect of it was controlled by Cus and by Kevin. And no one else knew how to control him mentally besides those 2 trainers. And that's why he ended up how he was. I believe if he had stayed with Kevin, he might have been unstoppable at that point. There's no way he loses to Buster Douglas if he's with Kevin Rooney. None.
All right, you're a boxing guy. We're going. It doesn't matter if It doesn't matter if you're 100. A fighter is a fighter.
Yeah.
And Ted, you could back me up because we both fought.
Yeah.
100-year-old boxer is gonna beat a YouTuber at 28. Boxing is just boxing.
Well, here's the thing. I can tell you this.
And we don't whoa. We don't want to get too crazy with the Mike Tyson thing fight. So let's
No, I'm just saying he's 60 years old and he won a round.
Yeah,
he won a round against that 60 years old. He won a round against a 20-something-year-old. That to me, that was a win for a 60-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, that's because one thing you do lose, and there's nothing you could do about it. And I saw it in the gym. I watched it every day. I used to own a boxing gym because my trainer passed away and he gave me the gym. And my ex-wife is a former world champion, and I gave her the gym in the divorce. She lost the gym right away. Well, whatever. But I watched it. You lose your reflexes. Things you lose as you get older is your reflexes and your chin.
Yes.
So like guys that could take a punch their whole career, once they get old, they can't take a punch anymore. And so like there's a reflex issue. People like, oh, Tyson was holding back. He wasn't. It's like you can't pull the trigger. You know what I mean?
You can't. You can't
do it. But I'll tell you what, Mike Tyson. I brought a fighter to fight on the undercard of Chad Dawson versus Antonio Tarver in Las Vegas, and my guy was all done. I said, "Yo, where can I sit?" The guy's like, "Yo, go sit in those seats over there. They're empty." So I'm sitting in the seats, and damn it, Mike Tyson comes in with an entourage. It's his seats. I'm sitting in, and he looks at me. He's like, "Yo, you look familiar." I'm like, "Yo, I'm Vinny Pazienza's matchmaker." He's like, "Yo, I remember you from Boston. Come sit with us. I got an extra seat." And I sat with him and watched the whole fight.
Awesome.
If people think Tyson's not smart, Tyson is very smart. Very smart. He could talk to you about fights from 1940. Like, he's that smart. Like, he's legit. He doesn't sound smart, but if you really sit and talk to him, he's a smart dude. Very smart.
There is no human being on the planet, and I haven't met a lot of boxers. I've probably met less boxers than you, Ted. But I've watched a lot of boxers talk. Mike Tyson is a boxing encyclopedia.
Mm-hmm.
And he could go back to fights in the 20s and break down what happened in round 3.
Yep. That's because of Customato, though. Customato brought that to him. Yep.
So So you might have a point there.
Yeah, and if you look it up, another funny fact about boxing, about me in boxing, is one of the greatest Jamaican boxers ever, Glenn Johnson, who knocked out Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah,
the last victory as a professional boxer, I got it for him in Rhode Island at Twin River, and that was his last big win. I brought him in for him. Glenn Johnson's my good friend, so big up, Glenn.
Wacky Cal says he's like 100 against a YouTuber, and that was a money fight.
Yep.
Wacky Cal also says he's a true student of the game. Yeah, Mike Tyson is a true student of the game. Ultimate professional in boxing, we have to say Floyd Mayweather.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like we're just talking boxing.
Boxing. Here's
in
the thing.
Gym.
Here's the thing. From being in a matchmaker standpoint and knowing about negotiations and fights that were offered, I will tell you this. Now, one thing, I'm not a fan, but I will say this: he's a great boxer. That you cannot take that away from Mayweather. However, he is undefeated because he did not want to take any risky fights or take any risk whatsoever. He waited till De La Hoya got old before he agreed to fight him. And that's the kind of mentality that he had, and that's okay. And he was able to do that, and boxing allowed him to do that, and pay-per-view allowed him to do that. But he did not take on the toughest challenges. If you look at the career of Oscar De La Hoya, he fought everybody. He didn't have to because he was such a popular person, like with girls and stuff. He could have fought Joe Blow every month, made $20 million or whatever, and won every fight and no problem. But he wanted to fight guys like Mayweather. He wanted to fight Felix Trinidad. He didn't have to fight them. He wanted to. Floyd Mayweather did not want to. He did not want to. He avoided those kind of. Oscar De La Hoya fought Bernard Hopkins at 20 pounds over his weight just to try and see if he could win. And he didn't, but he tried. Floyd Mayweather, you don't see him taking any risks like that in his entire career. And he lost to Marcos Maidana and got a gift, and he lost to Jose Luis Castillo and got a gift too. He like I respect him as a fighter. He was an asshole, but he's a top 10 all-time great fighter. But yeah, he avoided risks at all costs.
Well, when you're the A side, you could do that.
You can, but then you have to risk at this time of your career, people like me saying exactly what I just said. You know what I mean?
So then it goes down as 50-0 versus greatest fighter of our. Well, how old are you, Ted?
I'm 49.
I think Evander Holyfield doesn't get a lot of love.
Yeah, because he hit the heavyweight division at a time that the best guys were beating him, and he had to kind of wait till they moved out to really take charge. You know what I mean? If he had stayed at cruiserweight, he would have been the greatest cruiserweight champion of all time by far.
Right.
But he's a good dude, and he was a nice guy too. Like when I met him, he was a nice guy. So I hate saying anything bad about him. I wasn't a huge fan, but he was a super nice dude.
Yeah, when he sparred Tyson when they were young, Holyfield got him then too.
Yeah, but sparring doesn't always, like there was times I sparred guys that were like 20-0, and they're better than me, but I did better than them that day. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? So it's like you can't really go by sparring sometimes.
So what do you feel now at the peak of their careers with Cuss? Holyfield versus Tyson. I'm taking Holyfield.
Nah, Tyson beats him.
You think so?
If Tyson hadn't gone to jail for that messed up rape charge, he would have beaten him, Holyfield, because that fight was scheduled.
That fight was scheduled.
Went away. Yeah. And side note, I know the girl that accused him, and she had done the same thing to kids at her high school and got them in trouble. Same way.
Oh no!
Really?
Yep.
I wanted to make Mike Tyson as an example, and that's why they did what they did to him.
Because think about it. How many, like when you're a rapist, like the president, no offense to you.
Whoa.
Like when you're a rapist, you do it once. You're a rapist, you do it more than once. You know what I'm saying? And so you're gonna tell me you raped one person, that's it? Like, no, if you're a rapist, you're a rapist. That's it. You're gonna rape people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he never got in trouble for anything remotely like that again, Mike Tyson.
Oof. Oof. That was sketchy there, Ted.
No,
I'm controversial. You see my Facebook. I talk shit.
Wow. Now that we're talking about Donald Trump, before we go, Anil, what's the situation with you and the missus?
I'm still waiting on him lifting this ban. Unfortunately, my wife can't come to the country because travel ban on immigration visas. 75 countries are blacklisted, and Thailand has to be one of those countries.
Man.
So I'd rather do it the right way than do it like bring a tourist visa and like let her come on. They're just not gonna leave, so I don't want to get into any problems whatsoever with this immigration thing.
Okay.
I love our president with all my heart, but this is one thing that's really affected me, like in my life. I was loyal. I was very loyal to Donald Trump.
And we have 4 people left in the chat. The minute we start about Trump, everybody fucking left. So that means this stream is over. This guy says he loves Trump, and there's only 4 people left in the stream. They took off. They're like, fuck this, we're out of here. All right, Neil, sign off.
The lawyers, but he's affected me personally in my life.
All right. Sign off, Neil. Baby, we have to tell us where we can see you, and
definitely Lucian.
Look at that.
Saw him in Goa.
Fuck Donald Trump, the rapist and cheap pedophile. Fuck that motherfucker. I hope we drop out tomorrow.
Oh wow.
Drop out.
Wow.
We all gonna have a big party, all dances, Richie Feelings, Chromatic, Copper Shot, same night. Free for everybody when you drop out. Free for everybody. I'll pay for it all.
And we're done here.